I'm finally here. I do apologise for slight lateness of our start. I was having some technical issues that my streaming software wasn't talking to my Facebook software, but I restarted and we are good to go. So, good morning to you. It is Wednesday, the 12th of February 2025. My name is Jenny McCormac and I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based in the market town of Brackley, and that's in Northamptonshire, and that's here in the UK. A rather dull morning this morning, but it looks like no rain is forecast, and that's always a good sign. I'm bringing you a new kit today. It's called Heirloom Arrangements, and it is one of our 2 new kits for February 2025. So if you're watching this live, this is currently available here in the UK. You can buy this kit with English, French and German sentiments, and certainly I know the English one is currently in stock, and I believe the other 2 are as well. This is an all-inclusive kit, so it has everything you need to make it, other than perhaps a pair of scissors to open the packet and cut any bits up that you need. It does include an ink pad and a stamp set. So let's get all of these components out. As far as I know, it makes 8 cards, all of which can be different. So unlike some of our other kits where it makes multiples of the same, typically 2 cards, maybe 4 of each, or 3 cards, 3 of each. This makes individual cards. You can follow it exactly as they suggest, or obviously you can do your own thing entirely. There's a lot of components of this particular kit, so I'll just run through and try and organise them slightly on my desk. So we have an ink pad which is included. This is the pecan pie colour, so I've got my own one here to hand which I will use. It includes a stamp set, and this is where you get to choose English, French or German, and I know you can't read these. There's a little index card somewhere, but it says, try to read that one. Thankful and grateful. I appreciate your kindness. Thank you for you, and I feel so lucky. I feel lucky to have you. And then we've got this little crisscross and a sweet little butterfly or moth it could be. So that's included, and there's also included a block to put your stamps onto for stamping in here, and we also have a small roll of self-adhesive double-sided tape. Okay, so let me arrange these and see. I haven't really explored this other than just to show it to people at Coffee and Card. So these are the instructions, and they are printed instructions with pictures. Morning Craig, thank you. So you don't have to follow written instructions, you can literally just follow them as is, and it shows you all of the different ones here and on the back. Now you can obviously do entirely your own thing if you wish. You don't have to follow the details. Good morning to you, Caroline. So let's just spread out and see what we have. So we've got assorted layers here. We've got some frames, we've got some banners with butterflies, we've got sort of vintage looking butterfly tag. And then we have some more here, florals, roses, like this, and these will all just pop out straight from the card. This is for your sentiments, so it looks like there's 5, 10, 15, so plenty of spares in there. We have a series of butterflies, and then we've got more panels here in different colours. This is the one that came from there. And then we have this with all these really pretty wildflowers and botanical look to them. And then this one with die cuts of delicate flowers. We have some dimensionals, and we have a series of cards, and they're different, so you get 2 each of these by the looks of things. And then we have envelopes, 8 envelopes. Oh, and there's 2 more cards there, so it makes 8 cards in total. And these are pre-printed, but they have white inside. And then we have some vellum elements here. And oh, this is the card for the stamp set. So we have them in German, French and English. So you can see here what they look like. Other than that, I'm guessing the actual set is the same in terms of the images. It's just the stamp set that would be different for each market. So if you have family in France or Germany or speak those languages, you can obviously buy the set for them, or creating the cards for them. So let's have a look. I'm going to put the envelopes to one side. So they've got this printed inside, either with a sort of vintage look like so, or it's got the sort of crosshatch look. So we've got 4 of those and 4 of those. Let's tuck those away before I lose them. And then these are, as I say, the cards. So 2 in the pink vintage style, and then this is, I'm not sure if it's soft sea foam, it's very pale, and the same in the pink, and then the same in the blue there. I'd say that is balmy blue. So 4 different colours and 2 different styles for the card bases. So let's get cracking. What I wanted to do was actually count up how many there are, but maybe that's not such a good idea when I'm doing it live. I might have to count up the spaces left over. But there's 2, 4, 6, 8 on there, 2, 4, 6, 8 on there, and then 5 or 6 on each of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 panels, so plenty to play with. So let's put a couple of these together. I'm not going to do all of them, just going to do a couple. And the first thing they're showing is how to mount the stamp and to stamp the reverse of the envelope. So let's start with that. Yeah, and you could also stamp the front. So we've got this little crisscross design, that's always useful, almost like a net design, and then the little butterfly, and then we've got for you. Obviously you can match this with existing stamps that you may have, so if you've got your own sentiment that you need, then by all means use that. Right, let's do this one first. Just going to carefully position that up there. I'm going to use my blank bit of cardboard that came with the kit, just to get the stamp working. Oh, I've already done that one. Okay. So there's that little bit of net. So let's pop that on. I'm going to do the front and the back of my envelope. And it really doesn't matter which way round you stamp that. You could do it at an angle, like so. Let's pop one on here, like that. And let's pop the butterfly on, or moth. And again, just have a little practice with it before you stamp on your project. Let's do this at an angle. It's quite a detailed little stamp. Do the same on here. Like that. I'm tempted to pop one in there. Why not? There we go. Okay, right, let me get back to where I was. There we go. Right, so there's our envelope. Then we're going to stamp the sentiment. So I've got this for you, and there's a series of panels here. So large, medium, and then circles. And obviously you can swap around which ones you use. I'm just going to use the for you, and again, just try it out first. And I'm just going to follow the guidelines and pop it in here. Now, I would normally recommend leaving them in here and stamping them all out, but with my light it's quite difficult to see where the edges of each of these are, so I'm actually going to take this out. Makes it easier for stamping. Pop that in the middle. And you could use the edge of that grid on either side. In fact, I'm going to do that. Or you could use the edge of the butterfly as well. So let's just pop this in here, just to give it a little bit more interest. Like that. And that. Like so. Right, for some reason my phone is showing me that I'm on this video and it's showing me another video altogether. So if I don't respond, I do apologise. Okay, right. Hi Carol, thanks for joining us. So we're using the Heirloom Arrangements kit, one of our new kits, as you all know. Okay, so I've got my envelope, I've got my sentiment. That's this first section here. And then we're going to add in some of the details. So for this one, they suggest, and there really are so many variations, so don't feel that you have to use the ones that they've put together. Okay, so we've got this one that's going to have tape top and bottom. We're going to use the this sort of peacock coloured butterfly, and the red, oh no, the pink panel, sorry. I could find it. There it is. Okay, and then flower wise they suggest of course it won't be that one, will it? This is this lovely vellum, so we've got this one here. So delicate, really pretty. Okay. That one, and actually it was this one here. Right, let me move these out of the way. So I will add up how many elements you get with these pieces here. So these are the pieces required for the card as suggested, and they're going to put that on the blue base card. Like so. Now I don't know if there's a right or a wrong way for this. This has got writing that's that way round. It says London and something. So I'm assuming that is the correct way round. And we're going to pop some tape on the back of here and the back of here. This one here. I'll use this tape because this one's already open. So just putting some across. Now if you've got glue, you could use your own glue. And there are dimensionals in the pack. Okay, so let's see, let's put a piece on the back of this one. And then they suggest dimensionals on the back of the butterfly and the sentiment. So let me find those again. There they are. And you'll get plenty in here, so you don't need to worry about, I mean, don't go mad, but you'll have plenty for your cards and some left over. And then for the back of the butterfly, one and two. Okay, so the way they put this together is this card and then this hexagon, how they got it that way, to think about that. Okay, slightly high of centre but not much, but fairly even in there. Then we've got the pink panel on top. Now if you don't like too many layers, then just leave out one or two of the layers. I think you could leave out this panel or that panel, for example, and you'll find the kit goes will obviously go further. Let's pop that one on there. And then what we're going to do is pop this one down with a little bit of tape, and then this one is going to sit on top. So it's going to cover up any tape that you've used here. So I think what I'm going to do is they've positioned it sort of over at an angle like that. So what I'm going to do is just put a small bit of tape to hold it here. And then our flower's going to go on top. So I will peel that away, and that will help the flowers and that stick down. And we put tape on the back of here in preparation. and then we've got the sentiment and the butterfly are going to go on with dimensionals. So let's make sure I'm covering up that. There. Let me lift that up for you. Hopefully you can see those layers. And then we've got a sentiment and a butterfly to pop on top. You can sort of bend the butterfly wings. You could use a bone folder or a pen to roll it to make it look a little bit more interesting. I might actually do this up here and my sentiment down here. Like so. There we go. Really pretty. Now you could add your own bling to this. You could add Wink of Stella to some of the elements there to give it a little bit of a shine. Not sure how much is in this particular one. Let's have a look, see. Not much, I expect. But, oh yes, there we go. So you can bling this up, or you can keep it fairly natural. Because these are pre-printed, they're not going to, the colours aren't going to blend. It would only be any ink areas. Okay, so there's our first card and our matching envelope. And obviously you could stamp your butterfly inside and the little grid that we have. So let's do that to finish it off. I'm going to have this just coming across the corner, like that. Just switch that stamp over. There we go. So there's the inside, there's the outside with our layers. So the butterfly and the sentiment are raised. These are all flat, but you could certainly raise some of those layers up. Don't go mad and have them too layered. But that's very sweet. Okay, let's do another one. And they give you some of the samples here. So there's 6 here and 2 that they show you step by step. So the idea obviously is that you can, from those, you're basically just working out the layers. So let's do, ooh, they're all nice, aren't they? I think maybe this one with the butterfly and those layers. So let me grab the components for that. So we've got the slightly pink base card, like so, and then panel wise we've got, I think we have the vellum in that one as suggested, probably wrong. Okay, none of those. You've got this butterfly here, and the yellow panel, this one, this printed one with the vintage butterflies, and then are there any of those? No, I don't think so. This one here with the sunflower, and finally this one. Is it that one? Yes. Okay. So that's their suggestions. Now if it was me, I would probably narrow those down and lose at least one of those layers to make it go a little bit further, but that's just me. So let's have a look, see. 2, 3. We've got the butterfly and that, and then they've got this one here. So I'm going to leave this one out. They've got that going between those layers there. Oh, perhaps I'll leave it in after all that. Okay, so let's work this from the bottom. We're going to put this one down first. This is pretty with the yellow roses. This actually would also go that way round if you wanted it to. Let's try that. See a bit more of the roses. This one underneath here, there, and this one on top. Tempted to move that one up like that. So I've actually not used that one. So let's put this one flat with our tape, and the sentiments that are included are: I appreciate your kindness, thankful and grateful, thank you, for you, and I feel lucky to have you. 1, 2. I hope we're still live. It looks like it's still live on here. I can't tell on my phone. So if it is, give me a quick thumbs up or a shout out. So I'm going to pop this one up here. And this one. Pop that one up on dimensionals. 2, 3. So it's up to you whether you put them flat or with our foam pads. What I would say is don't go mad and have too many unless you're going to hand gift it, because you may end up with it being too high for our standard postage here in the UK. This one is going to go on top like so, and a butterfly up here. So what I'm going to do is put dimensionals on the top here to support it. And maybe, yes, maybe I'll get one there at the bottom. So 2 at the top, 1 right at the bottom. UPS man and the postman, or post lady I should say today. Okay, so that's going to go on there. Now if you've got some twine, you could definitely thread some through there for a little bit of interest. I'm going to pop my butterfly on here. I think what I'm going to do is attach it here, and then I can put my sentiment underneath it. I'm going to pop that on just with a little bit of tape in that middle section, and just use a pen. You could use your scissors, but just be careful you don't tear it. I'm just using my Wink of Stella here, just to give it a little bit of interest. Just going to put a little bit of tape in that center panel. Like that. There we go. Like that. And then let's add a this sentiment. Here we are. I think I'm just going to do a thank you for this. I need to find my stamps though. There they are. Okay, so I'm going to do that as a thank you. And obviously if you've got your own colours of ink, you could utilise those. Thank you. And I'm going to tuck that just underneath there. I'm going to keep that one flat. So unless you do every single one as they've suggested, I think you'll have plenty of this ephemera, these ephemera elements left over. There we go. Pretty. So there we are, we've done 2. I will do the inside and everything as well, but 2 out of the 8. I just think they're really pretty and delicate and very easy to put together. Follow the instructions if you're not comfortable with, you know, doing your own thing. Very often what I find is people will start off following and then they'll do their own thing afterwards. So thank you so much for joining me. This is called Heirloom Arrangements. It's a £22 kit, which I think is really good value because you still end up with the stamp set, the ink pad and the block even when you've finished. You'll have double-sided tape and probably some dimensionals left over as well. And as I say, it makes 8 cards, but I suspect if you're slightly frugal and left out one element from each card, you'd end up with probably a good at least 10 cards in total, all of which will be unique and different. So thanks very much for joining me. I hope you have a great day ahead. I won't be here tomorrow evening because I'm running a Valentine's Day card workshop. So what I might do is try and pop on this evening for the session that I would have done tomorrow, which is doing further elements with our stamp set of the week. So thank you so much. Do take care. Have a great day ahead. It's time for my coffee and I'll catch up with you soon. Bye for now.